I'm guessing you're looking or feeling a bit weak or just unsure on what to do and what is stopping you from your growth in the gym. Now, in this video, I guarantee you're doing one of these mistakes in the gym. And I urge you to keep watching this video because these last two are the most important and the most common mistakes that everyone makes. And honestly, I implemented this into my gym routine and I've not seen growth like this at all. So please keep watching and yeah, love. So to get started, this is a very common but crucial step that you need to know about whilst in the gym, whether you're trying to do hypertrophy or trying to do bodybuilding for endurance, is reps, your repetitions and sets. These are essential for muscle growth and you need to be specific on what you're going for. If your plan is to get lean or get in better shape or gain more muscle, then I highly recommend doing at least 8 to 12 reps with 3 to 4 sets. It is scientifically proven that within this rep range you will gain more muscle growth. Also, you need to stick within this rep range and not have such heavy weight. You won't gain muscle by having too much weight. If you're struggling to meet that rep range, then I highly recommend you drop the weight and just ensure you meet the 8 to 12 rep range, and as soon as you hit 12 for all sets that you do, then possibly increase the weight, but only for one set only. Maybe the last one or the first one, that's what I do. I mix it up sometimes, see what's better for me. But increase the weight as soon as you're able to hit about 10 to 12 reps for all the sets, then increase the weight for one set and then see how you go on from there. However, if you're going for endurance, then I recommend you increase the rep range to about 15 to 20 and have a bit of a lighter weight as well. And those same principles just follow on with endurance really. Now, the second one is probably going to seem obvious, but it's actually very common on what people do, especially when they're starting out in the gym. It's by doing random exercises and not focusing on the specific muscles that you need to work on to gain muscle growth. If I were to do a tricep exercise and then I go on to doing some leg exercises and then go on to doing some neck exercises or whatever, it's just not going to work. It's not being specific to that muscle, so your muscle's not going to grow as much as you'd want it to be. You need to make a plan, write out the specific exercise that you need to do to target those specific muscles and keep consistent with it. At least the 4 to 6 weeks, you will definitely see more growth and you will look how you'd want to look. And I guarantee you, if you do this, you're going to be happy with yourself. And the third one's probably obvious as well, but I do this all the time. But the last time I went gym, I actually stopped it and see how I went on. And I usually am in the gym for about an hour or an hour and a half, most likely. But this time, I was not on my phone or just like listening to music, like actually jamming and forgetting I need to exercise. I spent about 45 minutes in the gym, which was really good. And also it's really important that you don't get distracted because your rest time is so key to how much muscle growth you're going to have. And by not getting distracted in the gym, it will push your limits and push your muscles to work more so you can have that better growth. So I highly recommend you just not get distracted in the gym. At least do 1 minute of rest time, rest period or whatever you call it, and do the workout, stick to it. You're in the gym for a reason, so don't get distracted. And these last two are probably the most important that I've implemented into my workout and I've seen massive growth. This fourth one is probably what I implemented about 2 months ago, eccentric movement. You need to not neglect the eccentric phase. It is so key to the muscle growth of all muscle groups and all people. What I mean by this is with the lowering part of the exercise. So if I were to do dumbbell curls, as I bring the weight up, I lower it down slowly, and then bring it back up, and then bring it back down slowly. And that can be implemented into all exercises. And trust me, that will change your muscle growth massively, trust me. And it not only enhances the muscle growth, it also lowers the risk of injury whilst you're doing the exercise. So this is why I highly recommend implement slow eccentric movement into your workouts. That's where all the muscle growth happens. So that means you're just targeting that muscle and you're making sure it's getting pulled and it's stretching and it's working, it's properly working. Now the last one, I did do this when I started out my fitness journey, but I learned it very quickly, and that is using momentum. You need to not use momentum whilst you're doing your exercises because then it takes all the stress off your muscles and then you're not actually working your muscles. All you're doing is using the momentum to bring up the weight that you need to bring. Either lower the weight and stop using the momentum because then your muscle growth is just not going to grow as much as you want it to be. You want your muscle to be targeted so they can get the most growth out of them. That's why I recommend you doing the eccentric movement and not using the momentum, because then you're targeting those muscles and making sure your muscles are working, not your momentum. It's just not gonna work. Please don't use the momentum in your exercises. And I know it may make you feel stronger, but trust me, it's just gonna slow your growth down. But in the long run, if you keep consistent with this and not really keep looking at yourself and thinking of why am I not feeling this or whatever, just to keep this consistent with it. Don't really think about it, and trust me, in some time you're gonna blow up like a balloon. Don't forget these tips, implement it into your routine, and do not do these mistakes, and it will change your life. And if you want to change your life further in 2 weeks, then please watch this video. Don't forget to subscribe, keep learning, and strive for more. Peace.